If 1,000 monkeys typed randomly on a typewriter for 1,000 years, you'd probably have something like the Daniel and Natal Show. I was thinking about the subject of values. Values are the master programming behind a society, the source code. All the laws of government merely provide means to those ends. The church used to provide the ends. For instance, when the church fought for control of Europe with the rising nation-states in the Middle Ages, they tried to assert their power by saying that kings were not the highest authority. God was. It was from this logic that a Catholic priest named Francisco Suarez first came up with the concept of human rights. He said that rights derive from God, not political states. This was the talking point the Pope, as God's representative on planet Earth, used when he asserted his power over the German emperor. The kings who were at war with the church responded by claiming the divine right of kings, and we scoff at that today. But if you think about it, the idea that all humans have rights endowed by their Creator were based on the same values from the same time period. So all the laws, like those found in our Constitution, had that as their basis. And that's what I mean by saying that laws aren't ends in and of themselves. They're just means to an end. The ends that the laws steer us toward are values. And in 1776, one of those values was the concept of man being touched by the hand of God. This would of course get laughed out of court today if you made the assertion that your rights came from God and not the government. Ever since the church lost all secular power and the nation-states rose up, the nation-states started to make the assertion that they were the ones who granted rights, not God. As the world transitions from one historical period to the next, you notice the change in values. One century, it's the church on top, and the values are about God and morality, and all laws are geared to uphold those values. In the next century, the church loses power, and nation-states declare that they are the ultimate authority, such as in the Treaty of Westphalia in 1688, and the values change to it being the government that gives you rights, not God. There have been so many value changes, even within our lifetime. We're living through one right now, hence all those things you keep hearing about, a new normal. Stability is rare, as are ethics, and the term ethics is a reference to stability. Ethics comes from the word ethos, which means the combined characteristics that comprise the spirit of a people and its perpetuation. So to guarantee your culture's posterity is ipso facto ethical. It's right there in the word. Ethical equals ethos. The philosopher Georg Hegel said that the constitution of a country is the embodiment of the spirit of a people, and that the whole purpose of government is to maintain that ethos. Now think about some of the master narratives of our current society. Let me add all men and women are created equal when I quote the Declaration of Independence. I want to change all my sentences, add she to every sentence. I don't want to be a sexist. Why not? Who told you that being sexist was bad per se? Who set that as a value? Who uploaded malware about tolerance and inclusion and white supremacy? I don't want to be a racist. Interesting. Who installed that as an end toward which our means are guided? I believe in democracy. Really? Who told you that democracy was ever the goal of our nation? In reality, it's a republic, not a democracy. But someone switched that out. Who? In our modern society, as globalization takes root, the influence of the nation-state is waning, hence why patriotism is now stigmatized as racism. The media has stepped into the void left by the nation-state. Now it claims the right to set the values. Look at how they're working with big tech to instill the new values. Google launches woke writing function touting inclusive language. This is where they autocorrect your actual writing to make it conform to their Orwellian propaganda speak, just like TikTok's manipulative use of algorithms.
All right, so if you don't think that TikTok and other social media platforms and the media manipulates what happens in our lives, check this out. This is a test right now, okay? This is live. It's April 11th, 2022. It's 10:11 p.m. and I'm sitting here in Manatí, Puerto Rico. And watch this. Let's see. I can't see the captions right now, so it'll come after the fact. But I'm gonna say some things. I'm undetermined. I'm unwinded. I'm unpopular. I'm undermined. I'm underground. I'm unvaccinated. I'm unvaccinated. I am unvaccinated. I am unvaccinated. I am understanding. I am undervalued. I am unvaccinated. I am unvaccinated. Now I'm going to pause this, add the captions, and see what it does. Let's see if they manipulate even the captions.
The media, as I alluded to before, uses phrases such as the new normal. This is their admission that it is they who see themselves in the role of setting our society's values. The mask mandates represented a software update where a new value was being uploaded. The Biden administration, you might have heard, is seeking to set up a new Ministry of Truth as part of their Department of Homeland Security. The woman who's been tapped to run it, Nina Jankowicz, wrote, "I hope we can change the norms by which our online ecosystem is governed." Change the norms? What she means is institute new values, new habits. I leave you with a quote by the father of propaganda, Edward Bernays. He wrote back in 1920, quote, "The conscious and intelligent manipulation of the organized habits and opinions of the masses is an important element in democratic society. Those who manipulate this unseen mechanism of society constitute an invisible government, which is the true ruling power of our country." This presentation touched on the subject of values and ethics. That reminds me to tell you that I'm on the cusp of launching a second show called Actionable Ethics. It'll cover more subjects like this. Look out for it.